What's up? I don't know. My orientation is locked, so I don't know. I hope this isn't sideways for you. If it is sideways, let me know in the live chat. I'm sitting in the gas station of a Shell station, somewhere near Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Um, can I bring the chat up? Live chat. Here we go. Okay. So in my previous video that I released, 2 hours ago, I said that I was going to be heading over to the Milwaukee area. There was a post made in one of the Facebook groups I'm in about like a subdivision, a neighborhood subdivision rummage sale. And this particular person hey, Herman and Kin are with me. What's up? Thanks for popping in. Is my orientation, am I upside down or sideways? Because I tried to flip. I've got my phone vertical as a as opposed to horizontal. So I just want to make sure that I'm like not sideways or whatever. I want to make sure the orientation is correct. Anyway, so I was looking through. He posted about a dozen pictures, and I was flipping through the pictures and a lot of wrestling stuff. You look normal, at least for you. Thank you. So I looked through, and there was a lot of wrestling stuff, cards, photos, magazines, figures, just a bunch of awesome stuff. And he said AWA Wrestling. Now, for those not familiar with wrestling, AWA is American Wrestling Association. It was kind of it was the big promotion back in the territory days in the Midwest. So Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois. Yeah, I'm and my left arm got tired. So AWA was a big the Crusher was huge here in Milwaukee. So I thought, hey, maybe there's going to be some unique items, especially when it comes to, old magazines, and I kind of know the market on wrestling magazines. Cards I'm not too familiar with, but I kind of know my way around a little bit. So I'm like, hey, it's worth my drive. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half. So I actually had a phone call, a tax call this morning at 10:30. So I had to wait. I saw the post at like 9:30, and I'm like, well, crap, I've got the phone call at 10:30. Um, I'll wait till after the tax call. So fortunately, the tax call went pretty quick, and I hit the road. And when I came about, it's like a subdivision rummage sale, and there's a lot of sports stuff. He had some cards, a lot of non-sports, a lot of wrestling. Like, very rarely do I come across sales, and being a wrestling fan, I mean, it's like this is the diamond in the rough, because there was so much wrestling content he had. It was like a majority wrestling. Like, I've heard people, like, when they go to shows and card shows in Canada, it's all hockey. But you don't see that. If you're a hockey fan, you don't see that here in the States as much. So I was very impressed with the amount of wrestling stuff. Now, the first thing, and I'm going to go through before I show you what I found, because I did make a purchase, and I'm actually, as I sit here and talk through this, I'm considering going back and buying some more stuff. Anyway, there was a big box of like complete sets. We're talking like 2012 WWE Heritage, quite a few 1991 WCW Impel sets, which I have a bunch. They haven't been moving in my eBay store. The action packed. There was an 85 tops WWF set, 87 tops WWF set, a 90 classic, still in the binder that you could, I think, mail in for. That's another thing that I might go back for. So then I started going through, the wrestling magazines, and a lot of them were like $10, $15, which is probably what the market rate would be. I don't know the value of every single one, but I would say that's a fair price. But then I got to on the other side, there was even more wrestling stuff, more magazines. Now we're into the more modern stuff, which I know a little bit more about, because they're WWF magazines. Now, I was a huge WWF fan back in the mid 90s. I actually had a subscription as about a 12, 13, 14-year-old in 94 to 97, 98. and a WWF magazine subscription. Around that same time, they started releasing those perforated cards, a 9-card sheet in magazines, I believe, in late 1995. And there's some really valuable cards. In fact, I was sitting at a red light just seeing, because I bought these magazines, I bought a bunch of them, and I did make sure the cards were in there before I did buy them. And I just wanted to make sure, more magazine talk, right? I wanted to make sure that the cards were inside. And they were. And then so I was at a red light and I'm like, what if these aren't, because there was a big pop in value in these WWF magazine cards back during the time where everything was popping in the hobby. So I just wanted to go on eBay, see, and I started looking through, and a lot of these cards are selling still to this day between $5 and $10 per card. Like one was the Grand Wizard. Ken says, I was literally watching your stream from yesterday talking about Beckett and magazine subscriptions. And I still have a Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine subscription. So I found these in the very first magazine. I think it was with Diesel on the cover, Kevin Nash Diesel, from 1995. His sticker price on this particular magazine was $3. So they were in these sleeves. So here you see the $5, and it had like Scotch tape on the back. So I'm like, Scotch tape on these pieces of plastic are really difficult, and I didn't want to rip his plastic bags, but I also wanted to see the contents because, if the cards are in there, I'm going to buy. But if they're not in there, I'm going to leave them, and I don't want to leave him with damaged plastic magazine holders. So I was very careful, and I was eventually able to peel the tape off and open the magazine. So the first one with Diesel did not have the cards. DR says your car looks weird without huge monster boxes. I know this is like a very rare occasion. It's summer. I have to keep my car clean so I can take the grass away. So the next one I got, I pulled out and opened it up, and I'm going to flip the camera around so you get a better view. The cards were in there. I start finding more from 95, 96, 97 cards. Yes, I ended up buying 16 total. Let's see what I got. So this is from what year? June 1996. Now here's how I knew that the cards would be in there. You see here the mailing. It's like finding the Life magazine that had the mantle postcard. Right, exactly. So I believe, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, FYI, if you're back home packing up cards, I'm planning to stream and show recent mail later this afternoon. I'm still in Milwaukee. I'm in a gas station parking lot right now. So you're looking at my car. So I think these cards were only in the magazines distributed to magazine subscribers. So I saw the mailing label, so I knew this was a magazine subscriber. I'm going to try to be careful. So here is. So it looks like we've got some damage. We've got some bent corners. So it looks like these are all Ultimate Warrior, and I believe that's what they used in his 1990 Classic card. So these are. Your picture is fine, just small picture. Okay, so it's, yeah, my orientation is locked for some reason. So it looks like these are, and there's, so the back of the cards make an Ultimate Warrior poster. So this is from, remember Karate Fighters? Very cool. So that's from June 96. We've got Jake the Snake Roberts. This is from May 96. And I've also got to see what issues the cards were in, because there may be some. So this is pretty cool. It's got the big Undertaker facing Kama, the Extreme Fighting Machine, who was previously Papa Shango, and after Kama, he was the Godfather. So interesting. So I forgot they did like wrestler exclusives with Ultimate Warrior and then Undertaker. That must have been in 96. So that was May 96. Here's one with Psycho Sid. This is from December 96. I couldn't remember when they stopped. So yeah, it's going to be the same with Bret the Hitman Hart. So you've got the big Bret Hart card, and then you've got that. So it must have been 95 or very early 96 when they were still doing. So here's The Godwins, that's Phineas I. Godwin, Pig, Slopping Sonny. You see Henry O. Godwin in the background. This is September 96. I'll try to be careful so I don't bend. Let's see. So this one, we've got Ahmed Johnson. Ahmed Johnson. So I'm not in these, I'm not particularly sure. So this one from August 95, there's Medusa as Alundra Blaze in the WWF with Razor Ramon Bret Hart in the foreground. She's feeding Diesel some pineapple or watermelon. August 95. This will have the individual cards. So we've got Hakushi, Jean-Pierre Lafitte, Mabel, Bull Nakano from SummerSlam, Psycho Sid, Bobo Brazil, the Intrepid, Aldo Montoya, and the Roadie. Okay, so here's another. Well, this is from 97, so they went into 97. Ahmed Johnson on the cover of this one. And, oh, this is Mankind, and it looks like this one got a little banged up, the little crease, I think. Yes, there's a little crease up there. So Mankind. So here we go. So 95 was really the year that has the really good cards. So here's Shawn Michaels from, what year was that? July 96. So here's Bret Hart, August 97. I think I was still subscribing at this point in time. So here we've got, looks like this is all Ahmed Johnson cards. Probably not much value to Ahmed. So here's 97. This looks to be a little bit of everything. We got Mark Mero and Sable. We've got Marlena, Sonny, couple of Sonny, Gold Dust. So here we've got Bret the Hitman Hart from October 95. This could be a good one. Here's that Grand Wizard. That one recently sold for $10 on eBay. Jim Ross, I'm sure that's a valuable card. Tatanka, Harvey Whippleman, King Kong Bundy, Bigelow, Henry Godwin. Here we've got Diesel from June 1995. I hope I'm not in that guy's way. The Doink the Clown recently sold really well. I think that sold for $5 or $6. Looks like the Lex Express has a crease in it. Ted DiBiase, Mantar, comma, Jerry the King Lawler. Okay. November 95. This is my first look. I just made sure the cards were in here, so you're getting a first look with me. Oh man, there's a crease right up the middle of these. How about that? That's probably a Kane rookie card. I bet this Isaac Yankum's worth some decent money. I'll have to look that up. Isaac Yankum DDS later became Kane. Bob Backlund, Men on a Mission, Fatu, Gorilla Monsoon. The middle cards are all creased. Yokozuna, George Steele, Bob Backlund versus Diesel. Couple more to go. We've got Shawn Michaels from April 96. I'm not sure if they were still doing single cards. This is kind of a WrestleMania retrospective. Pretty cool cards. Let's see. We've got 3 left. We've got Mero and Sable from August of 96. Looks like we've got mostly Shawn Michaels on these cards. October 96. Only, is that a 95? Yeah, so Bret Hart on the March 95. So this is a Psycho Sid. And let's see what Bret Hart brings us. I'm sure the big cards to pull are, I believe, The Rock and then Triple H. So this does not have what we're looking for either. We've got the Bushwhackers, Undertaker's Funeral Coach, 1, 2, 3 Kid, Bret Hart. Oh, that's actually, that Diesel card is a very valuable card. Okay, so that's a good card. Mark asks if I'm going to sell them as complete magazines. No, I'm not. I'm going to actually pull the cards out. I will sell the magazines. I will sell the magazines without the cards as magazines. I'll probably pull the cards out, read the magazines again, because I haven't read them in 25 years, 30 years. And then I'll sell the cards on their own, because I think that diesel will sell for around 20 bucks. So I ended up paying $65 for those 16 magazines. So he had $5 on each of those stickers. So what's that? $4, around $4 a magazine. So I think I did well. It probably cost me significant amount in gas to get here, about $5 a gallon. And I do have to gas up here before I leave town, leave the city. So that's what I found. I think I'll do pretty well. I'll definitely profit off the $65. Figure out how much gas I have to buy and how much gas it's going to take. Add that to the expense chart, and we'll see. But I think this is going to be a pretty good pick. So this was fun. It was nice to get out of the house and find some wrestling stuff, because you don't often find wrestling memorabilia and wrestling magazines and wrestling trading cards. So that was cool in and of itself. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you liked this video, and if you didn't like this video, hit the like button anyway. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I will see you again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central for Hobby Evolution, and have a great rest of your day.